We can't make you a morning person, but we can make your mornings better. Switch on to 94.3 Royal FM. Money Matters. Growing together with you. Powered by the Money Making Sense podcast.
Isaac, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Everyone wants to prosper.
Yeah, we want the prosperity. Do we want also the journey to get there?
I hear RSSB, my friends, and this is in the pipeline. They have a serious campaign because they want a secured future for Rwanda.
Okay.
And this is not far away from the disciplines that we teach here every day. Financial discipline, financial awareness, financial emancipation for Juliana.
Yeah, you have got to be emancipated financially.
Money education. And it is important and it is timely. If you can hear my voice today, there is no way the beautiful country of Rwanda is heading to 2050 with all the goals that have been stipulated. NST2. Yesterday I saw RDB Wright. They were in China. And they're saying that we're inviting the world to come and be part of what Rwanda will experience between now and 2050. They're expecting exponential growth. But within that exponential growth which is expected, the element of financial literacy is very, very critical, and no one should give it a blind ear. Anyone who can hear me,
Let them hear.
let them hear today. And so Isaac is in the studios this morning. Now for Isaac today,
Isaac is looking at you.
We have come to church. Today we are in church.
Pastor is preaching.
The pastor has landed.
a crypto buying spree
Yeah.
is underway. As traders, we have seen after the election of Trump, traders, they bet that Trump will usher in an era of digital asset investing. It's the latest of what they call red hot resurgency in crypto
Yep.
after the Trump election. Now, Trump vowed to put the U.S. at the center of digital asset industry, including creating a strategic Bitcoin stockpile. Whatever that is, you'll hear about it today. Now, as we have Isaac, he's the guru on anything money, anything our prosperity.
You have labeled me.
I'm actually dying to know what is a stockpile for Bitcoin.
Let's start with the
stockpile.
big picture, Isaac. Trump recently has made comments about creating a strategic Bitcoin stockpile, positioning the U.S. as a leader in the digital asset space. What does this mean for the global crypto market and specifically for Africa and our role in the industry?
You know, the interesting thing about our modern understanding of money is, or even of value, is very tied to what we believe will be successful. Your belief in the success of something. So our belief, our collective belief, huh? So one of the things that a stockpile would do, so essentially by stockpiling, what he's promising is that the US is going to buy up and store somewhere. They're going to fill their silos with cryptocurrencies, with Bitcoin. So they're going to have a storehouse. Long story short, huh? That's what we mean by stockpiling. And if you're stockpiling anything, that's what it's like. You need reserve, spare.
So there's a possibility that there's Bitcoin stockpiling.
That's what he's saying.
He's just going to create it.
No, you can't create. You have to acquire. Bitcoin is something that you can manufacture. Yeah, you have to buy where it exists. Where those who are keeping it, those who have it, have to sell it for you to get. So there are many implications for an idea like that. So if you can imagine if somebody's stockpiling crops after harvest,
That's like hoarding.
it's kind of like hoarding, huh? But it has a purpose. Oh, even hoarding has a purpose. But the issue here is that, number one, it's basically saying that you value that thing that you're stockpiling because you don't want to run out, huh? Isn't it?
Yeah.
We can agree that that's the mindset around stockpiling.
Is it because you value, or is it because you are a speculator?
It could be that either. Well, even if you're speculating, you are putting value in it because you're expecting, or you are hoping, or you are desiring that the future value of whatever you're stockpiling would be more than it is right now. So you're basically assuming that other people value this thing. So because other people value it, I also will value it.
Or I buy it and stock it alone, a lot of it,
Yes.
so that later on that demand is going to be high because I'm the only one who is actually be stocking enough.
And you have to come to me.
The same way
And
people are
now
hoarding.
you have to come to me.
People are hoarding the US dollar.
Who's hoarding the US dollar?
People can't release the
Just it
US
feels
Yeah.
like someone is hoarding.
It
the
feels
US
because
dollar.
the USD
it's
is not available.
Yes.
Somebody's holding it in their pocket somewhere.
Someone has it, speculating
Yes.
that when
So-
it goes to 3,000,
Absolutely.
It's when I
they will
release.
release it.
They will release and they will make a profit. Huh? So the number one impact that is especially getting a lot of traders and a lot of crypto/Bitcoin enthusiasts very excited is that if, as a state, as a country, the United States decides to stockpile Bitcoin, it will push up the value. First of all, because of buying it, it'll become in demand, so it'll be more and more valuable. I think if we even look at if anyone has an interest in looking at the current price of Bitcoin, it is the highest it's ever been currently. And this is just on the promise that we are going to stockpile. So somebody's getting ready. The hoarders are hoarding so that by the time Big Brother USA decides to start buying, you have to get from
the
me.
price is good.
The
It's
price
like
is sweet.
people selling coffee. Huh?
It's the same concept. Of course, what that also means is that there's an investment opportunity because you know now the land is hot in your area. It's in demand. So you want to grab as much land as possible so that by the time the buyers come to buy, you're getting a sweet top up.
You know, to bring it home. You remember when we're just speculating
Yes.
that there is an airport
For example,
coming
somewhere.
somewhere, and
What happened to that land?
people came through here to buy every plot
Yeah.
on the road that
Anyone
goes
that
to
you
the
can
Because
buy.
the road to the airport was
Even-
going to pass here.
Even plots on roads that will come. The roads are not even there yet. But the roads that are coming, we're buying plots.
just because we know the master plan,
The master plan.
the promise.
Yeah.
So where does it leave now? Just to take a little bit back
Yeah.
to the cryptocurrency, where does it leave the potential? Where is the potential opportunities for the traders, digital traders, or asset traders, or investors in Rwanda?
Well, the good thing about cryptos is that, well, one of the good things about cryptos is that they're readily available everywhere. So it's not like buying land where you have to go to the place where the land is and start negotiating with people. It's available to you wherever you are.
For as long as you have the
internet connection.
Yes.
Yeah. As long as you have internet connection,
Would
good-
you advise Rwandan traders, digital traders, to
I
actually-
would not advise anyone to do anything because I'm not a financial advisor. Let's disclaimer setter.
Yeah.
I would not advise you. We are not advising here. We are discussing an interesting subject.
Yes.
Now, if you want to take actions, please seek the advice of a professional. Yeah, that's number one. But it is definitely an exciting, in my view, an exciting opportunity because it means it's a space to make money.
I wanted to just add to what you just mentioned there. The discipline of making it financially
Yeah,
is always to talk to the experts
please.
regarding the decisions you want to make regarding your resources.
No, absolutely. I couldn't emphasize that anymore. The very best way to throw away your money, the best. Now I'll advise. If you want advice on
That's
throwing
our
money,
domain, yes.
I can advise you well. Huh?
Yes.
If you want to throw away money, make financial decisions without information or on your own, uninformed, because you're excited. Because it's an exciting time. This time is exciting. There's a lot of opportunity. Okay, you jump into this pool of opportunity without proper advice, without proper information, you will burn your money. Cook it. Roast it.
Are these financial advisors
Yeah.
also taking money to advise, or they are
No, of course.
readily available to just give you
readily
free
available.
information?
No, they're already available, but there's nothing in this world that's free. Nothing is free.
Somebody told me that financial advisors are not rich, they're not wealthy,
Why?
so they cannot be dependable. Just like you see teachers teaching kids to be entrepreneurs,
Who are not entrepreneurs themselves.
they are not entrepreneurs.
Then you go to people who have experience in the field, who have succeeded. That's always a good idea. When you're looking for a mentor, when you're looking for a coach, go to someone who has succeeded and follow them. It's the same thing as getting advice.
Where is Rwanda sitting today regarding these cryptos, Bitcoin, and everything?
I think we're pretty relatively well integrated when it comes to cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. I don't know the numbers, the statistics off head, but I'm pretty sure that I know over the last, 2016, 2017, things started heating up in the crypto space in our community here. But there are much more mature markets in Africa than Rwanda. Nigeria, as you would imagine, South Africa, more integration, especially in the trading and Bitcoin trading, cryptocurrency trading spaces.
Is this individuals
Individuals.
trading? Is there a possibility now when you start to see the opportunity and what the US wants to do in the reign of Trump? Is there an opportunity that African countries can themselves also hoard as a country?
As a country? Well, it depends on how you want to. It depends on your economic policy and the direction you're trying to take as a country. So there's a conversation with our
Central
regulators and our government. But yes, it's a position you could take. But for the individuals listening, the question is primarily, how are you informing yourself about these subjects so you can put yourself in a good position to know where in Bugesera to buy, to know where the road is going so that you can find yourself a plot on that road. Because if you don't know, then being excited that these plots are for sale or there's an airport coming somewhere is not helpful, because you're not in the know.
You have no information.
Learning is
So let me
one.
take you to 2016, when there was that excitement around the Rwandan community about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. Then what happened? It just went on the low because people did not understand it?
No, people invested, but also people lost money. And when you lose money, that's when...
And your neighbor
that's the
hears that you
kiboko
lost money. Like, hey.
No, but at least the good
I'm
thing
gonna
with
have a jump.
cryptos is that it's not going to be obvious to everyone. Nobody's posting on the New Times or on Royal FM that somebody has made losses of X amount in
Nor
their
would they
publicly
announce
traded
profit.
So
I
it's
also think
private.
I think it was a new thing then.
Very new. It's
And-
still new now. Most of us, it's still new to us.
Yeah, and people hadn't learned, like that, they weren't so much aware
Yeah.
about it, and so it was a process. People lost a lot of money
A lot.
into cryptocurrency.
Because they
A
jumped
lot.
into something they don't know.
Anytime you jump in financially into any kind of asset you don't understand, you are burning money freely, openly, without shame,
And enjoying it.
and enjoying that cook.
Because
So
some people
never
who
invest when you
love
don't know.
risk,
Yeah.
they will keep saying, maybe I just lost today.
But
It becomes more like betting.
Yeah, exactly. You're gambling now.
Yes.
So there's a thin line between investing and gambling.
Yeah.
Gambling is guessing. Investing is informed decision making. You're taking a risk, yes, but it is an informed risk. You understand the equation that you're sitting in, or you have hired somebody who understands the equation you're sitting in so that they can make informed decisions.
You've heard of the concept of see low, but sure. You know, I'm a slow eater.
No,
So every time I go out
but
with
you
people
will
to
surely
eat,
eat.
But you
guys
surely
are like,
finish.
man, you eat so slowly.
Yeah.
Like, you see, I'm eating fish. I don't want to choke on bones.
Uh-huh.
I don't have
I don't know what
the
about
money
rushing.
to spend to a doctor trying to unchoke.
To unchoke my throat. Jesse. Eh? So why not?
Slow, but sure, because you've taken your time to understand and navigate the space.
Well, absolutely. Well, I think that one is more of a conversation of steady. Because slow is not, when you're investing, slow by itself is not really virtuous or necessarily a good thing. Slow. But slow tends to go hand in hand with safe, with long term, with steady. Now, in this life, safety is a bit of a mystery. Because we're
You
taking
can be
risk.
slow.
You can be slow, but it doesn't mean you're going slowly will save you from risk.
can get hit.
Yeah, from
slowly,
going slowly.
taking a walk.
Walking slowly, you can still be collected. You can still be gathered.
It's just saying that it's like saying you if you're on the road and you're slow on the road, you still won't get an accident. You still will
you
get
could
an accident.
you could easily get an accident for going a speed which is not in line with the rest of the vehicles on the road. Whether you're going too fast or too slow, you're still disrupting the rhythm.
Yes.
So it's possible to get accidents. But what I was trying to get at with the concept of slow is that slow by itself isn't necessarily ideal. What is ideal is steady. And usually slow and steady are associated with one another. But if you can be steady, you are not emotional about your investments. You are calculating. See, we're talking about money, yeah?
Yes.
So we calculate this is a good time, this is a bad time to do to engage in certain behavior. It will promote our ability to make money through our investments if we are steady and measured. So you can be quick and steady. Quick and steady is better than slow and steady. But slow and steady also tends to be very safe. Or not very safe, but really compared. It's safer, right? And it's much better to be slow and steady than to do nothing.
That's very true. If it's a hot soup, I mean, if you rush through it, it could just burn you.
It will cook you all the way.
Now, let's talk about risks associated with crypto and Bitcoin, the space. Because I know when I was beginning this conversation, I said every day people gather themselves to get out of their houses to go get rich.
Okay.
And everyone is somewhere on the internet trying to surf the internet and asking the key questions
How?
in Google. How do I get rich?
That word.
Yeah.
It's like our daily conversation with one of us.
You know, what business can I do with 900,000 Rwanda francs and get rich? Those are some of the punchlines thrown into Google because people are looking for a way out of poverty, a way out of lack.
Yeah.
And when they hear of things such as these, you know, and when I don't know if you realize when you are online, let's say you are on Twitter or Instagram, there is always someone who is trying to push a coin to you, asking you to invest. And if you know wise enough, you could click and click and click and simply go to your credit card and think you are now investing to make a return.
Yeah.
What are the risks that are involved in this kind of, let me call it, investment games?
The story of sounding too good to be true, huh? We should be cautious. There are so many risks. And again, the reason why we need to be informed when we make decisions. The reason why protections exist consumer protections. The reason why
Said
regulation
protection.
exists.
I was wondering where you headed.
No.
Consumer protection.
Consumer.
Yes.
I had to say consumer fast because Jesse can run away.
I know.
So Jesse can run away with things. So when you have an informed decision,
Yes.
you know that there's some for example, there's some criteria that are commonly understood to be associated with scams. Somebody says online, somebody reaches out to you, says, here, Isaac, you have to engage in this activity now, or the opportunity will never be found again. It is now or never. Open your credit card. You're being scammed. Because opportunities come every minute of every day. It's just that our eyes might not be open to those opportunities as they come to us. When you're making a decision about your finances, it should be measured. So somebody's rushing you to take a choice. It means they don't want you to have enough time to balance and do some research and check if what is being said is true. So there's some things that we want. There's a list of critical competencies, critical things we need to know as investors before we take decisions. And I will always encourage our listeners, I'll encourage anyone who is willing to hear, that when you're excited about a way to grow money, a way to become wealthy, a way to get out of whatever perceived lacks, by the way, perceived, because some of us are suffering only because of the way we see things. Somebody is driving a Mercedes and I am not, so I'm suffering. You can still move without Mercedes. But the question is, how do we achieve our life goals? The opportunities are everywhere. The ways to make money through crypto, through money markets, through financial instruments, through business. There are so many of them. But each one requires us to be informed before we take decisions that affect our financial health.
I know that our time is so fast run,
Always.
but away from crypto
Yeah.
and Bitcoin, which is a subject of interest. I know it can be very complicated for those who are hearing about it for the very first time. So I want us to advise someone.
Okay.
My friend lost a job, unfortunately. And then she thought, after losing a job, I was wondering, you lost a job and you're still in a house which you are renting? And said, yes, I am. So how do you pay for the house and how do you pay your bills? Says, well, friends. And I said, oh, you have real good friends. If your friends can help you to pay rent,
Too.
those are very good friends. Then the friend said, but I was checking on you to help me with something.
Yeah.
So what is that?
As you are
You
my
are
friend.
among the friends.
You're among my friends, for example.
I want you to lend me money. I'm sorry, but it's quite a big amount of money.
Come slowly.
And then you lend me this money and we can structure a contract on how I can pay back this money.
Yeah, wonderful.
My response was, why are you borrowing money knowing you do not have indication on when you have a job to start paying?
Yeah, you want enemies. You're asking
How
questions.
how would you advise this person? Of course, I know, being that I'm their friend, they took it so personal.
Of course.
And I wanted to bring them back to the conversations that we have here every day, because this is very important. And I'll be blunt with my friends on anything regarding money.
Sometimes you have to be straightforward. For me, we had a conversation about this last month at the office. Personally, I don't believe in lending money. It's a good way to create that ex-best friend that you were talking about earlier this morning. That ex with whom you are trying to cut out from your entire friends network, dictatorship. Huh? Because when you lend money, you make the person who you lend money to becomes they become your slave. Long story short. And that's why you find people who are sitting and having good conversation, laughing, and the phone rings, and it's like they want to throw the phone through the window, just in case the phone is a video call. They can see you partying when you owe them money. so
Party-partying.
you're partying and you owe me 500, and you're out here drinking things and eating and laughing, showing your teeth, and you owe me money.
How do you show your teeth?
How do
when
you
have a
open your
date?
mouth
So I'm
to
not
show
supposed
teeth?
to smile because I owe
You
you.
close
How?
your mouth and pay your money. Close your mouth and pay my money. You should be miserable until you pay me. That's when you can smile, huh? So for me, it's better to either identify how much you can give of what is needed to support someone in their time of need, or you are frank with them and say, look, I cannot afford to give you, but lending I will not do. That's my point of view. Because as I see it, I think we talked about it on the radio before, I have a little girl who tells me, Daddy, feed me, Daddy.
Yeah.
That thing you're eating, Daddy, give me, I want. It looks good. It looks sweet. Now you want me to take the food out of my daughter's mouth when she's looking at me saying, Daddy, and I give that food to you. So we have to measure.
So from the borrower, what would you tell them?
Yeah, situate yourself. You can't afford your lifestyle. Yeah. Organize you can't afford your lifestyle. Don't ask people for money you have no means to pay.
Stop renting. Look for
You're
somebody
going
to
to
house
make enemies of your friends. Look for ways to make money first. Get out of the situation that you're in that you can't afford. You get out of where you're staying. You get out of your debts that you have, increasing debt. Get out of the situation that's sucking money out of you because you don't have money. You are not replacing the money you're spending. Yeah. So don't borrow when you don't have means.
Isaac
You're
is
creating problems.
the necessary doctor.
He is.
Yeah. If you must borrow, it's because it's an emergency. Someone is going to die. And nobody's dying because you didn't buy bell-bottom shoes.
Are they bare bottom shoes?
Is it red bottom? Sorry.
Pants.
Red bottom pants.
Join the money conversation with Isaac Nkosi every Wednesday at 8.